Hi, guys. Welcome to another episode of Wedded-Wednesdays here with Pastor David Wright and myself. We're here today to bring you a topic of quarantine.
Yes. And of course, the world is going through a pandemic and the coronavirus, COVID-19. Our prayers are with you guys, especially our essential workers and those who have lost loved ones through this horrific time. But there is a real life part of this whole pandemic called the quarantine lifestyle. How
Yeah.
are you coping being
Yeah.
in the house with your spouse and with your family for, I guess, we going on about 30 days or so now.
Yeah, it's been a while.
And me personally, me and my wife, we run so much. We always here, we always there. We're actually enjoying our house
Yeah,
for the
finally.
first time. I have not had to be. I'm usually in New York City every day, which is a 2-hour drive there, a 2-hour drive back. But we've actually been enjoying our house,
Yes.
and we've been enjoying each other. We're enjoying the family time. And it's been a wonderful experience, but it gets tiring because sometimes it feels like the walls are closing in on you, and we can't go to the barber shop. So my wife, she actually did me a favor. She gave my son a little haircut,
Yes, I did.
but I was about to let her give me a haircut, but I changed my mind because she cut him, but I'm not. I do my own little lineups. I let her do me a haircut when she let me do her eyebrows.
Never that.
Okay, but it's been an awesome journey, but it's been a trying journey as well, because we're stuck in the house. But I don't like to say stuck with our family, because it's always a great thing to be with your spouse, to be with your family. But I also know that a lot of people don't have that same testimony. Actually, in New York City, a statistic came out that domestic violence has
It's on the
doubled,
rise, yeah.
meaning that people are finally home with their spouse, and now they're looking at them and saying, I can't believe I married you. Yeah. And the domestic violence has gone to an all-time high. But
Yeah.
I just thank God, because when you stuck by yourself with your spouse, you actually get to see all the things that you loved about them, why you chose them, why you married them, and all these different things.
Yeah, I mean that's good for you, but for some it hasn't been that. That's why, like my husband was saying, about statistics saying that domestic violence is on a rise, and it is the truth, because now you have men and women, because I don't like to just keep it one-sided, because it's both-sided, that have now have to be subject to one another on a day-to-day basis for 24 hours a day.
Yes.
And you got some, now there's no, what you're gonna do. You can't run out, and you can't say, well honey, I'm working late, I'm working late stuff, and all of this kind of
Or
carrying
go to the
on.
strip club.
Yeah, all kind of whatever you're doing.
Or go to the bar.
But now they
Or the
have
speakeasy.
Right, they're confined and in their place of residence with their wives, and you're forced to communicate. You're forced to do a whole lot of things to what you used to run from, or call home, baby, I'm working late, or I'm doing whatever I'm doing, whatever the case may be. Do whatever you need to do to just stay from outside of your homes. But thanks be to God, that's not us. But
Right.
that's we have a whole lot of that kind of stuff going on, to where people are not communicating, which is why the domestic violence is going up.
And
because-
it also helps with your creativity.
Yeah.
With my wife and I, we are creative artists. So she sings, she cooks, she designs stuff, and she has gotten into so many different designing things, apps and things that she designed, flyers and all that kind of stuff. And with me, I write songs, I do music. So it taps into your creativity. She actually yesterday tried a cake just sitting here that she never tried before. What's the name of that thing you did?
a lemon buttermilk cake.
A lemon butter. You ain't never heard of it. I ain't never heard of it. A lemon buttermilk cake. Your creative juices are flowing during this quarantine. And of course, some people are still working during this quarantine. Some of us are essential workers. So when you go out the house and you come back, you just have to be extra careful. But during this kind of shut-in period, we're able to find more creative ways to do things. We playing
Right.
different games with the kids.
And a lot of stuff we were able to actually get done. That's why I say take this time and to do things. You know, there were times that we just didn't have time to do anything. We were still unpacking from our move.
Yes.
There was so much that we didn't tackle because we were constantly, you know, on the move and on the go. But I thank God for this little, you know, downtime and this quarantine
She thanked
time.
God for it because I got what's called a honey-do list.
I have been able to organize. I've been able to, you know, get those boxes unpacked and get things, you know, organized from out of the garage, and been able to do a whole lot of stuff. I was able to reorganize my closets, both of my walk-in closets, and we're still working on him because he thinks I'm not doing it again. I continued to organize his closet.
I didn't ask you to do it the first time.
You continue to just do whatever you do in that closet, and it's ridiculous. You're gonna get to that before this quarantine is over.
I do it when I feel like doing it.
But anyway, like I said, it's in those times, don't just take it and just lay in the bed because, you know, you're laying in the bed and you're not doing anything and you're moping around. And let me tell you, because depression is easy for depression, you know, to set in because now
Absolutely.
you have nothing to do. You're stuck in the house. You can't find anything. There's always something to do around your home, I'm sure. Start organizing some things. Start, you know, what those plans and those things that you have on the table. Start doing them.
My wife has given me a honey-do list.
Absolutely.
I mean, this long. And most of the time, look, I'm working, I can't do it. I got church, I can't do it. Now I ain't got no excuse.
Absolutely.
I have to do it. Matter of fact, I done fixed the sink.
Yes.
I fixed the stove.
No.
I helped clean. I had to clean out the garage. We about to get the backyard done and all of this stuff. And when I do all this stuff, it puts a smile on her face. She likes it. She likes when I start fixing stuff all around the house. But to be careful, cause I'm gonna start I don't want to call a repairman and do nothing now, cause I done learned how to do it.
I thank God for your little handy hands, but listen, these were not huge problems. These are not huge problems. You know, I must have did something with the nozzle on my
Are
sink.
you trying to nullify
I'm not, but
my
he
carpentry?
Thinks, I'll come in there. He comes and he checks it out and he gets down on his knees and you just acting like you Mr. Plumber and you go there. Oh, thing just needs to be tight.
Did I fix it?
You tightened it.
Did I fix it?
It wasn't hard labor. Yes, you did.
That's hard labor.
And
you see,
that's
just how the devil does.
Stove,
he discredits.
I'm not discrediting you. My gas stove, mind you, I have never had a gas stove or have ever been big on cooking on gas stove. So moving into our home, you know, we always
had electric stove.
Yeah, we always with the electric stuff because I've been kind of scared with the gas ovens and stoves or whatever. So moving in our new home, we got a gas range. So little something happened. My husband was out of the house. I think he had to go do a funeral or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I was turning the stove on, turning it on, you know, to click so my gas can come up like normal. However, it didn't come up. So there was just a clicking. There was a clicking. I didn't know. And I started to panic. Let's be honest. I started to panic. So I had to call the fire department because I didn't know if my house was going to blow up. I didn't know because I don't know anything about that. So they came in and there was no gas leaks or anything like that detected. But they told me to just, to be on the safe side, to just go ahead and have it serviced. Okay, fine. So they unplugged it and we left it at that. So here we go.
Me.
Husband comes home. Fire department has informed me not to plug that thing back up, but to just have somebody just come in and just to overlook it to make sure.
The fire department don't live here.
Just to make sure that everything is good. He comes home, goes underneath the sink, and he plugs it back in, does what he does, and then said, okay, that's it. It's fixed. Cancels. You canceled the call.
I canceled the appointment.
They were supposed to come out. Serviceman was on his way to come out.
$85.
He called them and canceled
Because
Cancel.
when you are home,
But
when
you
you're home
are
like this,
not. You are not a professional.
I am a professional
We have
now.
to be safe.
I'm a professional now.
Oh my God.
You can be quarantined so long, you can teach yourself how to do things. And that's what we're talking about, the quarantine. I taught myself how to fix a gas oven. I went under there, fixed it up.
Stove.
I had to,
The stove.
the
not
gas
the
stove.
oven.
Well, you know what I mean. I took the thing apart and I cleaned it out a little bit, let it air out a little bit. Then I plugged it back in, looked on YouTube on how to put it back in the right way, put it back in, and bang, it's fine, ain't it? It's working, ain't it? You cooked on it today, didn't you? So it's fine. It's fixed. I fixed it all by myself. And that's what you can learn. Men, all y'all men, I want to encourage you. Go in the basement and build something.
You build what? In who
Build-
basement? Well, you could tell that to them all you want.
Build something.
But ain't no building going on. Ain't no building going on. Not
Yes.
not with those hands.
We are
No.
creative people. And
Yes,
when
we're
you
creative.
and when you are quarantined together and you have nothing to do but you be home, you figure out different things to do and you come out of this better. I've even learned how to do some little electrical different things. That's how I learned most of my stuff. When I broke my ankle when I was a little kid, I had to stay home for 2 weeks and I learned how to do electrical stuff at my parents' house in Brooklyn, New York. I learned how to fix electrical lights and put lights up and everything.
Y'all,
on quarantine.
we can't get out of this quarantine. I'm loving it, but we can't get out of it soon enough. I have so many service calls. I got stuff. I got a whole lot that I was already
You call
planning.
them all you want. I'm gonna stand at the door like this.
No,
and I fixed it already.
I had already had plans
Sir,
because
go home.
like you said,
I fixed it. I fixed it.
my artistry and my creativity has spiked up. So I'm excited so that when the outside does open up, I can resume with moving
Absolutely.
forward because I got a whole lot of stuff going on now. I got a whole lot of plans. I've had time to plan out some stuff. But before we leave, I just want to talk to you because I know we didn't touch on this because even in this quarantine, we can't think that everything has been 100 because there were times to where my husband had to cover me in prayer. There were times to where I wasn't feeling well. There was times to where depression, I felt like something was coming over me. Didn't quite know what it was. I just felt like my emotions were just all over the place, and there was a time I just didn't understand what was taking place. We were watching, my husband and my son, we were watching a movie? We was watching something in the room, or was it the news or something?
Watching CNN.
We were watching CNN and I just bust out crying. I just sat in the middle of the bed. They were looking at me crazy. And I just got so overwhelmed and I just literally had a breakdown. I'm gonna be honest with you, as saved and as spiritual, and I love God and I have faith and I have, I trust God and everything like that. But even me, it's, we have to be honest with people that, not to just bury your emotions.
Absolutely.
But I allowed myself to feel what I was feeling in that moment. I allowed myself to grieve however I was grieving, because and not only just watching in that moment, leading up to that, even that earlier that day, we had received so many phone calls. There's so many that were perishing and so many that were, succumbing to their, this sickness and stuff like that. So it was just overwhelming. And a lot of times people, they're sitting and they're harboring over this stuff, super saved, spiritual people, and you're told, well, I can't let this show. I can't, put this out there because if I become weak for a moment, they're going to say something about me. I'm not going to be this super spiritual person anymore. Well, I got news for you. This thing is real. Your emotions are real. Allow yourself to feel what you are feeling. And after I allowed myself to feel that, I went back to what I know, and that's my prayer grounds. And then also the Word of God that I was able to lean up on and allow the Holy Spirit and God to speak to me through His Word. That's where I was strengthened.
And we definitely need prayer.
Yeah.
In this quarantine with your family, you need to pray together. Make sure you keep a prayer line daily.
Every day.
daily. Keep a prayer line, but don't just stay there because you don't want to just stay in a prayer mode, because you have to have life to go along with this thing.
Balance, yeah.
Gotta have this balance. So we created nights that we watch movies.
Yep.
We create nights where we pop some popcorn, watch movies. Then we create another night where we play games.
Yes.
Or we create another day, or we do something crazy. I found myself doing something I don't even know what this TikTok thing is,
Yeah,
but I did a
TikTok.
TikTok.
Yeah, we just
We did a
experienced
TikTok thing with our kids, and
Yeah.
I know I messed up.
Right.
But I did it because my kids were so into it. So you got to do different things with your spouse, with your family, to keep things lively in your house, even in this time of quarantine. We don't know how long it's gonna last.
Right. But whatever you do, don't lock up in, and just don't allow this thing to swallow you up. Talk
Please
to
don't.
somebody. If you are single, if you're living by yourself, you don't, call somebody. Do not. Whatever you do, just don't sit there and allow this thing to overtake you, but talk to somebody, do something. Get up and put on your music.
Me and my wife, we made
Dance.
it.
Do
We don't
something.
watch the news all day
No,
long.
I can't do it anymore.
You gotta
Yeah.
find something to watch. We gotta come together. One day I'll watch a movie she wanna watch. Next day she gonna watch a movie I wanna watch.
Yeah.
And next time we gonna watch something with the kids. My kids like to watch weird stuff.
Yeah.
And we watch it with them.
Right.
So I just thank God for this quarantine.
Yeah.
It's a good and a bad to it. Of course we miss going out and being amongst our friends and our peers, but inside the house is nothing better than being with your family.
It is nothing
All right?
better than
I
being
would
with
hate to
family.
be quarantined somewhere without them. So I would hate to be somewhere without my wife, and she would hate. I'll tell you, she would hate to be somewhere without me.
I would.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah, as
Yeah.
aggravating as you can be sometimes, I definitely would. But yeah, we just wanted to check in with y'all because I know, like I said, I know it's been trying, and it's been frustrating. It's been super overwhelming. It's been a whole lot, going on. Our emotions have been all over the place, and our hearts and our prayers have been with those that have lost loved ones during this, this whole COVID-19. Our prayers and our hearts have definitely been goes out to you all, and we're continuing to pray, and we know that in due time God is going to bring us out of this, and we're going to come out. We just have to keep the faith and keep trusting that God, he has us, and he has this government. He has this nation in the palm of his hands, and we trust God. No matter what, it's faith over fear, no matter
That's
what.
right.
So
So this has been another episode of Wedded Wednesdays. We thank you for joining us.
Yes, thank you so
And we
much.
hope that you can subscribe to us on YouTube, Rad Skies.
yes, please head over to YouTube. You can find us by clicking. Go over and type in Rad Skies. That's RADDSKYES. When you get there, please subscribe and share and do whatever it is you do once you get there. But don't stop right there. Please head over to our YouTube, not our YouTube, but our Facebook channel.
Facebook and Instagram.
And Instagram, Facebook and Instagram.
All right. Thank you so much
yes.
for joining us. Peace. We'll see you next time. God bless.
you.